Hello, everyone. Welcome to another one of our famous Musing Talk series. This time we're going to go through the Dirt series from best to worst. I've done an article on it, and it's divided a few people in the XNVR studio. I'm joined here by the absolutely incomprehensible Matt Clements. Good morning, Matt. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm going to have to change my Twitter bio.
Yeah, for those who don't know, I made a thing of just deciding to just describe Matt in a different way every time, and now I've written myself into a corner. But yeah, we're going to go through and just see every single Dirt game, because I've listed them. We're going to do them in the order of the article, and we're going to just see how much Matt disagrees with me, because he was the one that kicked up the most stink with this order. With this article, sorry. So, yeah, sit back, relax, let our beautiful tones fill your airwaves for about 15-20 minutes. But before we do, don't forget to do all the usual social medias. Exactly. Don't worry, that'll be coming for those who aren't ready yet. Before we do get into it, though, don't forget to do all the social media stuff. Like us, share us, follow us, whatever I've missed. So yeah, let's jump in. So, let's just start this right from the top. Well, I was going to say top of the tree, so the bottom of the pile. I'm going to do it worst first, and then to best. Is that all right with you? Making the most sense?
Yeah, we can go from worst to best.
Okay, cool. So, loading, because I decided to do them as several different articles rather than doing as one giga article. It made more sense doing them as separate. It made. Yeah, before Christmas, it made sense to me, right?
Yeah.
So, worst one, I've gone for Dirt 4.
I don't have no qualms about that. I think it's just one. I think it was in the series. It was just I don't know what it wanted to be. In a sense, it said, "Oh, we wanted to be a serious rally game," but then it went not particularly with the procedural stages, which really weren't that procedural.
It was just incredibly boring, I found. Like, it came after the exciting Dirt 3. Was there a rally between them?
Yeah, it was a Dirt rally. Yeah, in between. Yeah, because it was Dirt 3, Dirt Showdown. We'll get on to that one. And then it was Dirt Rally, and then it was Dirt 4.
Yeah, Dirt 4 just bored me to tears, because that was the first one that had like purely procedurally generated tracks, and I don't know about you, but as soon as I hear procedurally generated, I just roll my eyes in boredom.
Yeah, the stages were procedurally generated. It did have some rallycross stuff, which was good fun, of course, but yeah, it just felt a bit like a sponge cake with no flavour.
I remember hating the handling model as well, because it felt too heavy yet too light all at the same time.
Yeah, it was just very inconsistent. Like there was no, as I say, like it felt heavy, but if you just steer the wheel one way or another, you lose the back end and you've gone into a telegraph pole.
Yeah. Yeah, because at least that had the rewind function on. But I was just so bored by it. And it definitely goes to the bottom of my list easily. And if there's no arguments with it there from you, we can leave it buried, right?
As I say, I've made my own list, and yeah, that falls right down to the bottom.
Perfect.
It's second to last.
So we both got Dirt 4 in the bottom of my list. Is that right?
Yep.
Cool. That's it. Cracked it. Who would have thought?
That was the easiest one. It gets much harder after this.
Alright, let's move on. Okay, so Dirt Series, best to worst games, number 7. I've put Dirt 5.
Ooh. This is now.
I'll tell you why. Alright, I'll tell you why.
Okay. You go.
The problem is me and Ben, as you know, our other writer, one of our writers, we both bought Dirt 5 and underwhelmed to an absolute unbelievable degree. It's quite, it's kind of boring, it's kind of dull, but there is worse games out there. It's just, I don't know, it's graphically poor, I would say.
Yeah, even for current gen console. Well, actually, no, previous gen consoles now.
Yeah,
got to get used to that now.
Exactly, but it's graphically quite poor. It's online as an absolute mess. I don't know. There's just too many cons to outweigh the pros for me.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, graphically it is a bit poor, and the online, in true Codemasters fashion, it is a bit crap. But as I say, in between the Christmas period, in between having alcoholic hallucinations and all that, I did play a little bit more Dirt 5. And I had a bit of a perspective change. Because it's been about 13 years since the last Sega Rally kind of game.
Yeah, Sega Rally Revo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I came in back into that game with a bit more in that mindset, and I kind of started enjoying it a lot more. Because it was just aside from the Gymkhana, which couldn't get in the bin, the rock climbing, which couldn't get in the bin, it was mainly circuit racing or sprint racing in rally cars, and I'm like, that's very Sega Rally.
Yeah.
So I kind of started enjoying it a lot more, and I could forgive the little misgivings of the graphics and the online stuff.
Yeah. So I put at the end of that call, I said, Dirt 5 feels like a misstep. It feels like a really bad optimized port, but there's a large number of tracks and different race types on offer. Playing it a bit more after I wrote this, a lot of the race types are pretty much the same thing, really.
Yeah.
You've got Land Rush and something else, which is the same track but with just bigger cars that feel pretty much the same anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. As I said, Gymkhana and the rock climb stuff does break up a bit, even though it's fucking boring.
Yeah.
It is very, the Ultracross and the Land Rush are pretty much one and the same.
Yeah, no, I would. It's very difficult to recommend, I would say, Dirt 5. It's like playing it more. It's not a rubbish, terrible game, but it's just not great for me personally. So, what did you put as your number 7?
Funny enough, it was Dirt 4.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, as I say, there's the one game that I put at the bottom of the pile, which we'll get on to later. But for interest, I've put Dirt 5 middle of the road.
Okay. Fair enough. So we move on to the next one then. So we've got, for me, at number 7, we've got Dirt 5. For you, it's Dirt 4, sorry. So, let's just walk on to the next one. So, number 6 in the series, I've put Dirt Rally 2.
Ooh. Do you want to start before I get myself into a rant?
I've put this just because I wasn't blown away by it. I just thought it was just a bit of a... It was a bit of a grind, and the main reason of it existing was, look at our simulation handling model, sorry. It didn't have any real sustenance to it. The career was a bit bland. I remember finishing a few tournaments, expecting to obviously progress to something else, which is what you'd expect when you finish a tournament, to just have the same tournament presented to me again, but I could do it in a different car, and it's don't fancy that. It just seems like the whole thing existed for esports to show off the simulation the handling model, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dirt Rally series well, to be honest, it's like the Colin McRae days. It was, focused very seriously on the simulation handling and all that stuff, which I do respect it for. Granted, the career mode is a bit hollow, and it is sort of aimed towards the online side of things, but I really I'll enjoy it. Like, I've always dabbled back and forth into it, do a couple of stages, and just enjoyed driving. And then that's what, to me, that's why I really enjoy it, because it was just the fun in driving. Like, there's the rallycross stuff. If you I think we've got like 2 seasons worth of cars in there.
Yeah.
A healthy, good amount of tracks for it. So I did enjoy that. DLC's pretty good because I think they've done a whole bit of stuff on Colin McRae, which is all scenario based. So that's something to see.
Yeah.
I think we've had this argument with Formula 1.
Yeah, we've said they need a scenario mode. They've said we need that for a while now.
Yeah, so they've got that, which I do like trying to churn my way through that slowly. Granted, it's probably not the one I've always sort of played and stayed with for like a good 20 or 30 hours later. It's something I've dabbled like a couple of hours here and there.
Yeah, because it popped up on Game Pass, didn't it? Or am I thinking of the first one?
I think it was Dirt Rally. Yeah, Dirt Rally 2 was on Game Pass. Yes.
Yeah, you're right. It's like you download and be like, oh, what's this? Like, I like rally games, and then you're like, in my opinion, I was like, well, it's okay, but it's not. I don't know. I just wasn't blown away by it. In truth, I just was not too interested by it. So, just out of curiosity, what did you put as new number 6?
The first Dirt Rally.
Oh, the first one. Okay. So there's a bit of overlap. So you've gone.
I never got on with the first one. As I was saying, like 2 actually had more in it. Dirt Rally had just rally simulation, and that was your lot.
Yeah, because it was kind of the first into the kind of the more serious rally was Dirt 4. Then it went, because it went Dirt 4, then Rally 2, which is technically Rally 3, really.
I think it was Dirt Rally, then Dirt 4.
Was it?
I think it was that way around. Dirt Rally.
Fair enough. Proves how much they slip into it and how little research I did before I wrote it. Please don't have a go at me in the comments, please. Right, let's load up.
The more violent, the better.
Oh, God, yeah. Right. We'll record more videos that will incense violence. Great stuff. So, I'm just going to swiftly amble on to the next point. Number 5, I've put Dirt Rally. It's very similar reasons because of Dirt Rally 2, of it being hollow and a bit boring and not much to it, really.
Okay. My first question is why have you rated it higher than Dirt Rally 2?
I don't know, I just got on better with it. Like, I played it a lot more than Rally 2. I feel like, in my personal opinion, that's what articles are, Dirt Rally 2 was geared more towards the heavy simulation side, where if you've got a wheel, if you've got all that set up, great, this is the one for you. Dirt Rally was kind of the simulation, but you can still, if you're just with a controller, you'll still get along with it fine. I found the career a bit better as well. I don't know, I just got on better with it. It's not like it was a much better game, it's not like it was a much worse game. I just got on a bit better with it.
Yeah. I'm kind of the opposite. I didn't get on with Dirt Rally. It just, as I say, that to me felt like if you had a wheel, then knock yourself out. You're gonna have a great time. But if you had a controller, like me, it just didn't gel at all. And the career mode, Dirt Rally 2 had like tournaments and scenarios and that, but the career mode in that was just. It's just token. It was very much like tick off on the list, wasn't it? I just punched my mic accidentally there. It was very much tick off sort of things on the list. It was. Like, I've written
just a little note on here. It was a much more serious take on the Dirt franchise because Rally is super serious, yo. And it's true. It was a sidestep from the fun that you had in the Dirt series, and it just, for me, it was too jarring.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was, going back to its roots with the Colin McRae days. So I respected it for that because it was trying to go back to its roots. Just didn't have a lot of meat to it.
Yeah. Well, do you remember when we would, like those late nights on live where we would look for something to play and we ended up playing Dirt Rally one night? And
oh yeah,
we were like, we searched for ages for a lobby. This was not long after the game came out. Ended up just doing a rally race, you and me, and it was 2 ghost cars on a rally stage, and we did like 2 races and went, Jesus Christ, this is boring.
Yeah, I think we did luck out at one time and did Rallycross, and that was a bit better.
Yeah, but it was like, it was not enough to play it night after night like we would Forza. It was enough to play it once and like, that was something.
Yeah, that was some game.
It was a game. So, what did you put at number 5? Just I want to know your list as we're going down.
Oh, I put in number 5 the very first Dirt game.
Really? Dirt 1?
Yeah.
What's your reasons?
Oh, as I was saying, this is going back a good 12 years since I last played it. As I say, it had a career mode, it had that handling. I just, since then, better games came out after that in the series.
Yeah. It was a nice step towards the right direction.
Because, Dirt 1 was the last game that was decided by the big man himself, Colin McRae. So, it did have that kind of sort of Simcade handling that Codemasters, started to get a bit of a name for.
Yeah.
But again, as I said, from that list up, it's all really good games.
Yeah.
For me.
I don't disagree with you. I remember the first one, but I think the first one was like a jamboree of loads of different disciplines that made it interesting. But I don't know. I put it higher.
Yeah.
But we'll find. We'll get to that. We move on to my number 4. Sorry, I put Dirt 3. Dirt 3 in at 4.
Okay.
What's yours?
Okay. I put in Dirt 5.
Dirt 5 at number 4. Interesting. So we have very contrasting ideas on this.
Yeah.
So if you want to, why have you put this Dirt 5 in at 4? Go
on. As I said in the when we talked previously, I was like you. When I played it, I just was like, this is really not what I thought it was going to be. I felt it was like new grid, but on rally stages.
Yeah.
Just really boring in that. I did put it down for a while, then sort of came back to it, and I was like, and sort of had a bit of a thought about it. And I was like, this is very sort of, stages and circuits, very Sega Rally. And I was like, it hasn't been a while since you had a sort of a game like that. So I was like, and I sort of went in with that mindset, and I started sort of enjoying it a lot more.
Yeah. It was a good game. It was when they started introducing the Gymkhana, and I remember thinking about how much I hated Gymkhana. And I'll boot up Dirt 5 and I still have the same I hate Gymkhana attitude.
Yeah, I would say it's a lot more less, because I've only had to do it. I've played a good few races and I've only had to do it twice. So I like it as a sort of a bit of a circuit breaker, a bit of just something to break up the racing, which I did enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so much less to the extent of Dirt 2 or even Dirt 3.
Yeah, see, that's why I put Dirt 3 in at number 4. It was entertaining, and it was still keeping the tone that was set by Dirt 2. But I don't remember really finishing it. with too much interest. It wasn't like getting to the end of a game and thinking, "Oh, that's finished." Like, "Oh, I enjoyed that." It's a bit of a slog, and I think there was too much emphasis on Gymkhana for me.
I would say, it did have an emphasis on the extreme sports, where you had the Americans say, you'll be running lots of rallies and that kind of bollocks, which did bore me a bit. But I did finish finish the game. Actually that was one of the very first games that I actually went out my own way and got DLC for because I loved it so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. I remember it being interesting online. I remember playing it, but
yeah, I did.
It's not like I hated it. I just didn't put it high enough to love it. Yeah. But oh well. You know, for me it gets runner-up to bronze. You know, that's nothing to be sad about.
Yeah, copper.
Exactly. You know, most people would kill for that.
Copper in the box Olympics.
Oh, you know how many people have been fighting for that, man.
Yeah.
So, at number 3 of bronze, I've put the original Colin McRae. Original Colin McRae Dirt.
Okay.
What have you got at the number 3 spot?
Dirt Rally 2.
Dirt Rally 2. Okay. So this is where we're disagreeing.
I think, the shit games we've kind of got some similarities, but the further we go up, the more we can start disagreeing.
Yeah. I'm wondering as well if people listening to this are sat there going, hang on, there's one that's missing. But we'll go on to that. Yeah, like we've touched on earlier, sorry. This game, it was like Dirt Rally, it was 2007? Sorry, not Dirt Rally, sorry, Colin McRae Dirt, sorry. It was released 2007, and it was a nice little step into a new direction. Back then, there wasn't any games that really existed like this. Had a new physics engine, new sound, new lighting, new engine. It was all new and shiny, and I remember loving it. I remember not having it myself for some reason, but I remember my mate having it, and I remember going around there and just playing it around his.
Yeah.
But what have you got at number 3? What's your bronze medal?
As I said, Dirt Rally 2.
Oh, yeah. Yes. But why? Why?
As I said, like the Dirt 1, Colin McRae Dirt, that was the last game decided by the big man.
Mm.
Dirt Rally 2.0 is basically what would have happened if they carried on in that sense, like sort of simulation handling and all that kind of stuff. And I sort of, for the pure essence of driving a rally car around a rally stage or a rallycross, it was brilliant for me. I loved it, so that's why I put it high up on the list.
Dirt 2 was a lot more arcadey though. Like, there wasn't, as far as I remember, there wasn't many rally races. It was much more like circuit racing.
Yeah, I think Dirt 2 sort of became a lot more like a lot more like circuit based. It did have the rally stages in, but it had like the rallycross, had the big cars, it had all that Baja racing and all that.
Which I liked, but it's why I put Colin McRae Dirt at number 3. For the reasons of career mode actually being interesting, and there was 11 different tiers of rallying, which back in 2007 that was interesting as hell. It probably won't be that interesting now. That's just my horrible opinion. Right, so go on. Let's do this. Let's not mess around anymore. Number 2, I've put Dirt Showdown. I love it, and I don't care who knows it. Fight me.
I would, but that would be breaking social distancing rules.
Oh, that's true. Where did you put Dirt Showdown?
The answer may surprise you. At the bottom.
Yeah, I thought you would. What's at your number 2?
Dirt 2.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But no, Showdown, I loved it, and I don't care who knows it. Fight me in the comments, I don't care. I loved it. It was it was an absolute breath of fresh air. It was so entertaining. Don't get me wrong, right? Okay, I've put the bottom, and I'm fully aware that this is a hell of a good point. It was so poorly received because it was a really weird spin-off for what was a rally game. You know, I'm fully aware of that. The game would probably been received a lot better. It would have made a lot more sense if it wasn't called Dirt. If it was, I don't know, wreck cars, you know. This is why I don't work in marketing. It would have made a hell of a lot more sense if that was the case. I will not argue with that. But man, it was so much fun. Surely you enjoyed Showdown when you played it, surely?
On the tail, like, just for an FYI, the top 2 games on my list are Dirt 3 and Dirt 2. So think of, back in the days, 17-year-old Matt riding this crest of the wave of 2 extremely well-received Dirt games that I've lost probably weeks on end at. Got Dirt Showdown, and I'm like, what is this? This isn't Dirt.
See, I remember picking up going, what is this? This isn't Dirt.
Yeah, we're on the opposites of that. To be honest, if this game sort of came out around about now, actually, funny enough, I would have probably been a bit more warmer to it than I was back then. Because, as I was saying, like, at that time, they still had, like, Burnout Paradise, Need for Speed, sort of, like, games of sort of that caliber where you can crash off your friends in the middle of a race kind of way. So
yeah, I mean, compare it to Wreckfest, and it would win hands down every time, right?
I still would have gone for Wreckfest.
You give me absolutely nothing.
Nope. And I'll never will.
I just loved it. I would love jumping into like figure of 8 sections and T-boning someone. It was really cathartic. It was really weighted. It was probably because I loved Destruction Derby so much as a kid, and it was just like that, and it was like the next gen at the time version of Destruction Derby, which is what I wanted. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't a Dirt game, but it wasn't a Dirt game really, but I loved it. It was just really weighted and fun, and I'm probably in a little pool by myself who enjoyed it.
Yeah, you and Ben, the Dirt Showdown fan club, the president and vice president.
Yeah, we will allow people to join when they want to. People have to come in and praise the Showdown Lords.
Oh, God. A religious zealot cult. Whatever next.
You know me.
Yeah. As I said, like, as you touched upon, like, because you love Destruction Derby, so to you, it was the next gen version of that. Sort of similar to my perspective of Dirt 5. Like, it could be considered the next gen version of Sega Rally.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is like, we're in this game, it's reviewing is an opinion. It's like, if we were to re-review it now, I would have given it an 8, a 9 out of 10, whereas you would have probably given it, what, a 4, a 5?
Probably a 5.
It's an opinion. I love it for my own reasons.
And I hate it for my own.
Exactly. Which is why mine is right. Anyway, let's move on.
See, See, internet, we've actually disagreed, and we haven't sent death threats, offensive comments at each other. Like, we sort of agreed to disagree. We have our own opinions and move on. So this is our gift to you, internet, of how to talk to people on the internet.
Exactly. Now you know. So let's move on to the number one on my list. I've put Dirt 2. I just loved it. There's no other reason for it. I just loved it. I thought it was a brilliant game.
I don't have any arguments. It's, as I said, it's virtually the top of my list. Well, behind the 3.
Yeah.
So I have no arguments whatsoever on that one.
Yeah, it was just brilliant. Like it had a load of his celebrity friends. So Ken Block, Tanner Faust, Dave Mirra. Graphically, it was brilliant. I remember being blown away by it on the 360 at the time. It was just so good. Like, I remember playing the sort of the end races in the X Games and just thinking about how brilliant it was. I loved it. And I don't remember the last time I've played a rally racing or a racing career mode that I loved so much.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think I went through the career mode about 2-3 times.
I loved it.
Just a blast.
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So no arguments with number one. Are we happy?
I have no real arguments. I mean, I personally would have probably put Dirt 3 because I probably put more hours into that one than I did with Dirt 2.
Yeah.
Like, particularly the online. But, no, I've got no real arguments on that.
Perfect. So, what we've concluded, we both hate the same, we both love the same. The middle, we hate each other. We don't agree.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wrap it up there then. As Matt said, that is how you have a civilized argument on the internet. Matt hasn't been fired. It's a Christmas miracle.
Yes. Yeah. And it's.
But yeah, we'll wrap it there. But thanks for everyone who's made it this far. This has been a long on recording. This has been about 15 minutes longer than I promised at the start. But there's a lot to go through. There's 8 games to go through. But if you haven't already, do the whole shuffle. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share, give us a bear. I've been Darren. He's been Matt. And
Hello.
Exactly. Hello and goodbye. So we'll see you in the next one. All right? Yeah? All right.
Bye.